The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K.
Big news of the day is Che and the...
How you feeling tonight? It's a big game.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
A soaring CN tower is seen from the water. We are nearly ready for a long time. And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Davis is out there with Howard. And it's George in at the point. And for the Raptors, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
Yeah, it's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future, what these teams and what these individual players could be like. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear, Greg, that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection. Here's
Lowry. After the made shot from George. Bounce pass from Lowry. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. 6 on the shot clock. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist from Ibaka.
Well, nice finish from that point. Kyle Lowry's got a ton of ways to score once he gets into that painted area.
Here's George. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And now a chance to honor a player who has been on fire recently. His play has earned him Player of the Week in the West.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looked. And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94, the fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Here's VanVleet following the basket by Anthony Davis. Pass to Anunoby. Passes it to Ibaka. That shot, no good. Good D by Howard. Loads it up for Davis, and it's all evened up.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Now, here's Siakam. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Denver. Pass to Anunoby. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Norman Bowles checked in for Fred VanVleet. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Howard. JaVale McGee comes in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Green.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Davis looking for an opening. McGee on the double team. Siakam passes to Powell. They need this. And again, no good by Toronto.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Raptors trail by 7. Siakam outside. And there's another turnover by the Raptors. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Lakers, number 1.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast-breaking style, and they are all in.
Back to George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against the Denver Nuggets. Davis, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. From outside, off the mark. Lakers leading by 7. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kuzma, that's good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And here is Siakam. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by... And let's listen to Pascal Siakam talking about the work ethic of his teammate.
You come in every day, guys in the gym.
And Greg, when everyone is working hard, it builds a chemistry.
And a culture. Kevin, winning teams all have it. It's not enough to be here. You want to win.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, DeMarcus Cousins out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's George in at the 1. Well, you don't want to start looking too far ahead, Greg, but this team is completely gearing up for a deep playoff run. And you can't ignore that.
And with the way Shea has improved their depth and the numbers he's put up, you have to think that they will be one of the most feared teams come playoff time.
And the rejection by Cousins.
7'6" wingspan in the house, and he says, get it out of here.
And the Raptors making a change here. Lowry's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Murray comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Avery Bradley in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Lowry dishes to Gasol. Cousins pulls it in. Lakers leading by 13.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Here is Davis, following the score by Avery Bradley. Now the pass to Lowry. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, I don't think you can allow Rondé Hollis Jefferson to get into the lane. You're asking for trouble. This guy's a spectacular athlete.
And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you."
One second left. He can't get that one. And so it's Los Angeles. Right. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Raptors 5 right now. Anunoby and Siakam in at the forward slots. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Isn't it interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their career.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. VanVleet kicks to Anunoby. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Anunoby. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Siakam looking around. Makes it off the glass. Siakam's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And George now top of the key. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Marc Gasol's checked in for Ibaka. Davis is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. The Lakers also changing it up. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Howard. Murray comes in for LeBron. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Danny Green. Davis with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Gasol outside. No good on that one. And it's the Lakers the other way.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's VanVleet, defended by George. Gasol. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got 3 assists now in this one. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
VanVleet passes to Hollis-Jefferson. Now here's VanVleet. Tight defense on him. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Back to George. The 3. Siakam pulls it in. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the 3rd. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Siakam's got 6 here in this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And George gets it to go.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Norman Powell's checked in for Toronto. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. Avery Bradley comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Davis. 1:12 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Pass to McGee. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Back to George. From about 19 feet, again, Los Angeles.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Here's Siakam, and the rejection by Cousins. George finds Kuzma. Back to George. Fires the 3. Powell pulls it in. Toronto, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the 3rd quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Siakam outside. Clock at 6. High post, Davis. Gasol passes to Hollis Jefferson. And the Raptors miss again. Here's George. Tries again. He kicks to McGee. Passes to George. For the 3. Connects from 3-point range. George has got 14 points here in the 2nd half. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off again. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical.
Both teams making substitutions here. Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from 3-point land to start the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. And it's Green, then there's Howard. And it's George in at the 1. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Pass to Green. Back to George. On the wing, Green. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Anunoby, a rebound by the Lakers. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Siakam misses. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Davis. 30 points for George.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Lowry against George. Ibaka down low. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Dwight Howard.
And the move back to his more natural 5 position has rejuvenated Serge Ibaka. More room to operate offensively, and defensively he can stay in the paint where he's effective.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Murray's checked in for James, and it's Caldwell-Pope in for Danny Green.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
They get a hand on it. Siakam passes to Lowry. It's good from long range. And Ibaka's shooting ability, Doris, had enabled him to play some power forward, but his mobility was being tested.
Correct, because at Ibaka's size, it's tough to ask him to chase smaller guys around the perimeter. He is much better suited playing inside and protecting the rim. I think you saw that last season.
And he knocks down the first one. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansion cities?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. Toronto's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Here's McCall, defended by George. Lobbed up there for Howard, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
In what's really been a fantastic year, these guys expect to win each night just as they've done here tonight. And this will end up another big win, making it 65 on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
Boy, his activity really stood out to me on the defensive end. He harassed ball handlers, came up with steals in transition. You had the feeling guys were looking over their shoulder, worried he was going to pick their pocket.
Here's Ibaka, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Caldwell Pope finds George. Now Howard. He's guarded by Thomas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Listen, we know Dwight Howard is on the back nine of his career, but he can still be valuable. This guy is capable of a double-double every night.
Free throw good, Howard. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin along with our terrific 2K Sports, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Hey, Shaq here. Another game, another double-double. If you had to choose, which is the greater value to this team, your passing or your scoring?
I don't know, Shaq, man. I have to say my passing and my scoring. I mean, they go together, so how do you pick? That's like asking someone which one of their two children are their favorite. That's just something you don't do, you know what I'm saying? But I've learned that from a personal experience. You don't go down that road.
Well, I have 6 kids, and my daughters are my favorites.
You ready for the playoffs, Hornet? Born ready.
That's good. Let's do that. Hey, Che.
Hey, what's
we're
up,
all
guys?
real glad that you're here and with this commercial and help us creatively. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. So look, I don't really know what I'm doing exactly, so I'm not a great actor or anything like that.
Oh, not a problem. There are a few things we want you to say. Just, it's simple stuff. Just be yourself, and we should get you out of here pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, whatever you want, man.
Great. So here's the rundown. You're into beats because they help you block out from distractions. You're a professional athlete. Everybody wants a piece of you, the media, the fans, agents, whatever you relate to. But with beats, you're able to disappear into a headspace, block it all out.
Hey, but I have lines, all right?
Yeah, just make sure you emphasize the right words. That's important for our message.
Okay, I got you.
I'll break it down to 4 parts. First, how do I block out distractions? Beats.
Got you.
Second, wherever I go, I gotta have my beats.
Gotta have my beats.
Third, with revolutionary, pure adaptive noise-canceling technology.
Okay.
Fourth, I hear my music, not the noise.
Got you.
Think you're ready to give it a shot?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll count it down, 3, 2, 1, then I'll point to you and you can just let it rip.
Cool.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
How do I block out distractions? Beats. Wherever I go, I gotta have my beats. With revolutionary, pure adaptive. I hear the music.